Hi, DPS here, Dr. Sudhakar. I'm extremely delighted to welcome all of you to my course on Dream on Projects, Not on Numbers. This course has several parts. The first part of this course is focusing on drawing the lessons and inspirations from the creations of the Mother Nature, be it our sun, or moon, or stars, or sky, or rain, water, soil, plants, birds, animals, whatnot. Every creation of the Mother Earth as a lesson and inspiration for all of us to focus on projects in our life, not on numbers. I'm sure these lessons and inspirations is not only going to make our life successful, but it's going to make our life sustainable, happy, healthy, peaceful, and prosperous. I'm sure all of you would love the lessons and inspiration that I'm covering as part of this course. But do let me know what is your comments, feedback, perspectives for each of the lessons and inspirations so that together we will learn better on how to focus on projects in our life, not on numbers.
Inspiration 1. The dream project of the darkness in the night is simply allowing everyone and everything on this planet Earth to go on a rest. It helps the creations of the Mother Earth to rejuvenate itself and resume back to the brand new day. It does not worry about how many people are actually resting or not resting. All it does is it provides an ambience for the creations of the Mother Earth to rest. In our life, sometimes our dark situations, we often get frustrated, we often get depressed. Just imagine the darkness of the night can make a difference in the lives of the people to rejuvenate themselves. How about in our lives? I'm sure we also can able to do the bright thing possible even our dark situations in our life. In addition, the darkness of the night is not really worrying about how many people are actually getting benefited out of the dark ambience in the night. All it does is it is having a hope that each and every creations of the Mother Earth will make use of this wonderful opportunity to go on a rest to rejuvenate itself. So let us focus on our dream projects without worrying about the returns in terms of the number of people who may be getting benefited or not going to get benefited. We will do our part and the rest will be taken care as it is by the power of the Mother Nature.
Inspiration 2. The dream project of this coconut tree is simply letting its roots to go as in depth as possible. Simply letting the roots to fetch the required waters for the tree from beneath the soil. Simply letting the roots to find the nutrients required for the complete tree as it focuses on going in depth, going inside the unknown territories of the soil. It ensures that the growth of the tree is taken care of it. In our life, we shouldn't be talking about just the numbers of growth, what we see from the external environment. Sometimes we have to focus on our internal growth that would definitely take care of the external growth in our day to day life as well as in our entire life. Inspiration 3. The termites, which works silently, completes its job just by remaining invisible. All it does is it finds the fine soil which is available nearby the place and covers with all the biodegradable materials in order to create a home, in order to create its own paradise. Sometimes in our life, we should simply look at the resources which are available within our hand and try to make the progress. When these termites can make progress by remaining invisible, by just utilizing what is available, I'm sure as human beings we will be in a position to do wonders if we are able to focus on
our silent performance and using what is available in our hand. Inspiration 4. The dream project of this cut down drumstick tree is simply letting the leaves grow 1 inch at a time. As it focuses on growth of leaves 1 inch at a time and not worried about becoming a old tree again, it makes a steady progress and ensures that one day it becomes a big tree. In our life, when we face difficulties, when we face adversities, when we face loss, all we have to do is we have to use what is available within us and try to make a small progress inch by inch, so that just like this drumstick tree, even after the branches was cut, it is able to make a steady progress in order to become a whole tree once again. Inspiration 5. The dream project of these cows and buffaloes is simply grass on the field, jump, dance, and enjoy the every moment. It is not worried about what's going to happen the next moment. All it does is whatever is blessed at this moment, it enjoys it, be it grassing or be it communicating silently with the other cows and buffaloes, or making it a dance, or observing what is happening around. In our life, when the opportunity is given for us to be in the moment and enjoy our life, I'm sure, just like these cows and buffaloes, we should immerse ourselves with the present moment instead of worrying about what is going to happen next. If we live like this, I'm sure we will be able to make our life more peaceful, happy, and prosperous. Inspiration 6. The dream project of this wildflowers is simply bloom. It does not worry about how many flowers it is supposed to bloom, when it is supposed to bloom, and it never cares about whether someone is going to notice it or not going to notice it, someone is going to use it or not going to use it, someone is going to pluck it or not going to pluck it. All it does is it grows and it gives bud, the bud becomes flowers, and it continues its cycle without worrying about the action or the outcome which is going to happen because of blooming of the flowers. In our life, it's very important that we are sticking to our goals, we are making our own progress, and we are achieving our own results instead of waiting for appreciation, instead of waiting for any kind of feedback from the people. If we do that, I'm sure we will not able to progress and achieve our goals or even our targets. So just like this flowers, let us appear, let us walk towards our goal, let us walk towards our target and achieve the outcome what we intend to achieve, instead of worrying about the external validations what is required to do our actions. Inspiration 7. The dream project of this wild berry is simply let the berry ripe and wait for the next action to happen. It does not worry whether humans are going to pluck it and consume it. It does not worry whether it's going to get dried. It does not worry whether it is going to give you a birth to a new plant. All it does is it lets the berry ripe and wait for the next course of action. In our life, we shouldn't worry about the end result. We shouldn't worry about what is going to happen next. We shouldn't worry about our events which is going to unfold in our life. All we have to do is we have to simply do our duty without expecting any kind of a consequence in return. Whatever is the course of action as decided by the mother nature, we will simply able to follow. Just like this wild berry, it can become a fruit for humans. It can get right and it can fall on the soil. Sometimes it may become manure, or sometimes it gives birth to a new plant. So the opportunities are unlimited. Only thing is the very have to patiently wait and see how the life is unfolding. Inspiration 8. The dream project of this dead banana plant is simply give birth to a new sapling. This banana plant, once it is dead, it is not thinking about the end of the life. It simply uses the power, it simply uses the energy, it simply uses the life source which is still available in the roots and let the generations continue. In our life, we are blessed with so much of knowledge, skills, and our values. All we have to do is, when we are alive, we have to focus on sharing this beautiful knowledge, sharing this beautiful skills, sharing this beautiful values, so that even after we are dead, our life will continue through someone by making use of the knowledge, skills, and values what we have shared with them. Do not worry about the end or the death. All we have to do is we have to focus on what is still available with us, what is the power, what is the energy, what is the life source which we can pass from one person to another person, one person to many people, so that the generations will continue, the life will continue, the knowledge will continue, the skills will continue, and the values will continue. Let us make wonders just like this dead banana plant by giving rise to a new plant of hope, happiness in the lives of the people by simply sharing our knowledge, skills, and values. The dream project of this dog is simply bark. It is not worried about how many times it is barking. All it does is it is letting the barking happen so that it ensures the safety of the house it is safeguarding. Just like this dog, sometimes we have to simply make progress without worrying about the end results. Think about it. Inspiration 9. The dream project of this cow dung is completely get mixed with the soil one fine day. Every day, bit by bit, the cow dung gets mixed with the soil. One fine day, the complete cow dung goes inside the soil. When it happens, what we call as a waste becomes a wealth. This cow dung can become a wealth for the soil, the microbes present in the soil, the living organisms present in the soil, and for the plants that are going to come on this soil. In our life, sometimes we may feel as waste, worthless. All we have to do is we'll have to make small efforts by being with the right company. I'm sure, just like this cow dung, what is considered as a waste will become a wealth. We also can show our worth by making small consistent progress with the right company. Inspiration 10. The dream project of this spinach leaves is simply grow 1 inch at a time by making use of the nutrients which are present in the soil, by making use of the water which is present in the soil. Does the spinach worry about what's going to happen tomorrow? Does it worry about whether it is going to have nutrients for tomorrow? Does it worry about whether it will have water tomorrow? Definitely not. It is not worrying about anything at all. It is simply growing with what is given to them, and it continues to grow as long as it is possible. In our life, all we have to do is we have to give our best and focus on growing, focus on making a small progress at a time with the resources what is available for us. I'm sure that itself will give us a huge success than worrying about what we do not have it, what
situation is not favorable for us. Inspiration 11. The dream project of this sugarcane, which is just planted on the soil, is to identify the required nutrients and water present in the soil and give birth to the new roots. It is sitting in the darkness. It is searching for the life source. It is searching for the energy. It is searching for the power where it will able to find a new inspiration, a new life while sitting in the darkness. In our life, sometimes our situations, our mood, or our challenges may be looking really dark. All we have to do is we have to simply focusing on what is available even in the darkness in order to make a small progress, just like this sugarcane is making it by creating a simple root in order to grow and become a big sugarcane. Inspiration 12. The dream project of this well is simply secrete water as much as possible from the source available beneath the well. It also ensures that the other living organisms such as fish and small plants and small microbes which are present in the water gets a life. In our life, we shouldn't be focusing only on ourselves, just like this well. It is not focusing on only secreting water, what is required for the well, but it is providing a life to other sources such as fish, microbes, as well as small plants which are there in the well. While doing this, it is creating a more sustainable life for itself as well as for other creations which are living in the well. For example, the fish is actually cleaning up the water, and the plants are actually providing more ambience and support for the soil which are present in the well. Like this, if we are able to take up our life in a more sustainable way, not by just focusing on our own growth, but also helping the other creations, other things to grow, I'm sure we will be able to achieve a great success in our life. Inspiration 13. The dream project of the sky is simply allow whatever it comes on the sky to move from one place to another place without holding any kind of attachment or bondage. When the clouds comes in, it accepts the cloud wholeheartedly and allows the clouds to move from one place to another place without holding any kind of attachment. When a flight passes by, it allows the flight to travel from one place to another place without holding any kind of attachment. I think our life should be just like the sky. We'll have to experience everything without holding any kind of attachment or bondage. And also, in the meantime, we should help the other creations of this Mother Earth to use us as a vehicle, use us as an instrument in order to live the life, in order to carry out its functions. I'm sure if we live like a sky, we will not have even a single day where we are feeling lonely, sad, upset. All we have to do is we'll have to just make ourselves like a vehicle for people. Inspiration 14. The dream project of this big flat stone is to simply exist. Sometimes people may sit on the stone, sometimes people may walk on the stone, sometimes people may jump on the stone, sometimes people may use this stone to wash their clothes, sometimes people even shift this stone from one place to another place. No matter what happens to this stone, all the stone does it simply exists. In our life, sometimes we may face adversities, sometimes we face challenging situations, sometimes we face failure, sometimes we face even success and happy moments. But whatever may happen, we simply have to exist as long as we are required to live in this world. So let us not worry about the temporary thing. Inspiration 15.
The dream project of this soil is to simply support all the living organisms which are present above the soil, inside the soil. All the soil does is simply decomposes all the organic materials and becomes as a menu for the plants, becomes as food for the living organisms which are present inside the soil. While doing this, the soil also gets rejuvenated. In our life, sometimes we feel that we are doing everything for everyone and we are not doing anything for ourselves. While we are doing for others, our requirements, our needs, our expectations, our wants, everything gets fulfilled on its own, just like this soil. Let us embrace this inspiration lesson from the soil to extend our services for the life upliftment of others. In this process, we will be able to fulfill our dreams and aspirations of the life. Inspiration 16. The dream project of this baby groundnut sapling is simply let the power of the groundnut seeds reflect in the sapling of the groundnut. All it does is it lets the groundnut seeds to fully give the power to the raise of your new groundnut sapling. Just like this groundnut sapling, we'll have to let all the hidden power which is there in our seeds, such as our mind and heart, to completely come into our life in order to see new possibilities, new opportunities that is possible on this beautiful planet. Let us rise and shine just like this small baby groundnut sapling, how it is shining from a small seed of groundnuts. Inspiration 17. The dream project of this wildflowers, what you're seeing in this video, is simply rise, bloom, and then gets dried. Once it is dried, it simply waits for the blow of the wind to carry the seeds from one place to the another place in order to give a new life. It is a complete cycle right from the time the sapling comes on the soil. It grows and gives rise to new flowers. The flowers gets dried and it gives new life. Just like this wildflowers, even our life is also just a cycle. It is not a number what we are seeing it will end in one single day. It is a cycle. It goes from stage to stage and achieves what is supposed to achieve in every stage. So let us follow the cycles of our life instead of jumping or going from one cycle to another cycle in hurry. Just like this wildflowers, when the time comes, the seeds will fall away, go away, and gives rise to new life. Inspiration 18. The dream project of this dead roots of the tree is simply give back what has made the tree possible on this soil. When the tree was alive, it had received water, nutrients, and support from the soil, and it really lived its life to the fullest. After the tree fell down, the roots of the tree still exist, not to live again, but to give back to the soil that given life for this particular tree. In our life, we shouldn't think about our own benefit. We shouldn't think about our own developments. Sometimes we have to see how we can able to give back to the people or the place where it really lifted us to live our life, so that our contribution towards things that shaped us is really taken care of, is just like this dead roots waiting for its time to completely decompose into the soil, that becomes nutrients for the soil. I'm sure that nutrients is going to give rise to a new life. It a simple process of how we can able to give back to the society, give back to the people, give back to the place where we have come from. Inspiration 19. The dream project for the ants on this soil is to simply travel from one place to the another place in search of the food. The ants are not worried about how much food it is going to get, where it is going to get, and uh, whether it is going to fulfill its appetite today. All it does is it goes on searching for the food with a hope that it would definitely find somehow. In our life, our journeys may look very long. Sometimes it may look very difficult. Sometimes it may look even impossible. All we have to do is we have to let the journey continues. As the journey continues, we will able to see new opportunities, new resources that would help us to fulfill our dreams, goals, and aspirations. Just like this ants, let us let the journey continue so that life unfolds and gives us what we want in our life at the right time. Inspiration 19. The dream project of this single neem tree fruit is to simply wait for any insects such as ants to eat itself so that it can let its seeds get dried in order to give a new life. All it does at the moment is it is simply laying on the soil and waiting for the right insect to eat itself completely so that the next process of the seed giving birth to a new plant can begin. Sometimes we face painful moments in our lives. Sometimes we face adversities. Sometimes we face uncomfortable situations. Just imagine if this neem fruit is not going to be eaten by any of the insects, the possibility of a new life do not exist. So the adverse situations provides an opportunity for us to grow further. Just like this neem tree fruit, let us go through all the situations in our life. Let us go through all the good as well as bad situations. Let us go through all the positive and negative situation. Let us go through all the comfortable and uncomfortable situation. Each of the situations prepares us for the next good thing possible on this planet Earth. Inspiration 20. The dream project of the water in the stream is simply to flow from one place to another place when there is a pressure, when there is a force from the water stream. Until then, all it does is it simply stagnates in one single place and provides opportunity for the other life to make use of the water in order to live their life. Sometimes we have to focus on flow. Sometimes we'll have to focus on taking a break from the flow. While doing this, we will able to achieve our life in a more meaningful way. It's not about just making progress. Sometimes it's also good to take a break. While taking a break, it provides opportunity for other life to make progress, to make flow in their life. Inspiration 21. The dream project of this drumsticks is simply becoming bigger and bigger every single second. It's not concerned about when it's going to get matured. It is not concerned about when it is going to get plucked. It is not going to get concerned about what will happen once it gets matured. All it does is it simply let the nutrients, the water, pass the drumsticks and makes the drumsticks bigger and bigger. In our life, we shouldn't think about the ultimate outcome or ultimate action. All we have to do is we'll have to focus on making small progress every single second so that the biggest ultimatum can be a really good one. Inspiration 22. The dream of the wild honeybees on this tamarind tree is simply go out and find the flowers having nectar, collect nectar and produce honeybees. Each and every honeybees on this honeycomb has a role to function. Collectively, they work as a team. Collectively, they focus on getting the nectars as they find in the sources around. In our life, we also should learn how each one of us can contribute to the best of our abilities towards a common goal so that just like this honeybees, we'll be able to collect the nectar, produce honey so that the entire family can get the honey fed on one fine day. Let us save honeybees. Let us learn the lesson from the honeybees in order to lead a life with complete unity, cooperation, and coordination from each one of us on this planet Earth. Inspiration 23. The dream project of this cow eating this Napier grass is simply focus on eating one stem at a time. It is not worried about whether its stomach is going to get full, but it's not worried about whether the Napier grass what is given to the cow is sufficient. All it does is it takes one bite at a time, tastes it and enjoys the meal what is offered to the cow. Like this cow, we should learn to use what is given to us and enjoy with what is available to us to lead a life with full of content and happiness. Let's appreciate the lesson and inspiration given by the cow to learn the art of content and lot of using what is available in order to lead a happy living. Inspiration 24. The dream project of this hibiscus plant is simply let the flowers bloom as it wanted to be. It never pressurizes the plant to give the number of plants it is required by the human beings. All it does is it lets the plant to take its own time to produce flowers. When it is ready, it just blooms. In our life, we mostly hurry ourselves to complete things. We force ourselves to achieve a certain goal or a target that leads to various painful experiences in our life. Let us learn this lesson of art of not pressurizing from this hibiscus plant and lead our life in a peaceful way without any external or internal pressure. Inspiration 25. The dream project of this papaya tree is to let different things happening to the tree at the same time. You can see green leaves, you can see pale leaves, you can see dried leaves, you can see flowers, you can see small fruits, you can see and enlarged fruits also. What the papaya tree is managing to do is it is letting the different functions of the tree happen all at the same time. In our life, we may have ups, downs, we may have success and failure. All we have to do is we'll have to accept all of it happening at the same time and still try to manage and lead our life just like this papaya tree. With this, we have come to the end of the course Dream on Projects, Not on Numbers. I'm sure all of you must have thoroughly enjoyed this course covering various lessons and inspirations from the Mother Nature. You stay tuned for part 2 of this course. Until then, Dr. Sudhakar signing off. Bye-bye.